The wait is almost over, as we stand just 3 weeks away from the first laps of the 2026 era in Barcelona. The theoretical simulations are being replaced by the brutal reality of the dynamometer. For years, manufacturers have hidden behind the veil of development secrecy. But now, as homologation deadlines pass, the true hierarchy of power is finally leaking into the paddock. This isn't just about horsepower anymore, it's a war of thermal limits, chemical volatility, and the desperate search for regulatory loopholes. From Mercedes' triple expansion trick to Ferrari's metallurgical gamble with steel, the next decade of Formula One is about to be decided in the milliseconds of combustion. Today, FormulaPerspective deconstructs the definitive 2026 power rankings. We analyze who has found the ultimate performance edge and who is entering this new era with a 30 horsepower deficit. This is the latest status report on the battle to power the future of the sport. Audi enters the fray with a philosophy defined by strategic patience rather than immediate glory. Reports from the Neuburg facility confirm what many feared. The first-generation Audi R26 engine is trailing the leaders by approximately 30 horsepower. However, in the eyes of Mattia Binotto and CTO Stefan Dreyer, this is not a failure, but a calculated sacrifice. By completing the homologation of their internal combustion unit in late December, well ahead of their rivals, Audi has secured a massive head start in chassis integration and energy management software. They are betting that in the first half of 2026, reliability will be worth more than raw pace. While Mercedes and Ferrari push their hardware to the breaking point, Audi is building a stable foundation, leveraging their partnership with BP to ensure consistent combustion. They aren't just building for 2026, they are building for 2030, utilizing their ADU developer status to bridge the gap while the giants fight a war of thermal attrition. They are the underdogs today, but their data-first approach might make them the masters of tomorrow. At Milton Keynes, the partnership between Red Bull Powertrains and Ford is moving with a level of confidence that is unsettling the rest of the grid. Ford Performance Director Mark Rushbrook has confirmed that their internal power and reliability targets have been met ahead of schedule. But the real technical coup is the engine's inherent flexibility. Red Bull is actively utilizing a controversial 18-point compression ratio loophole through thermal expansion, a trick that yields a reported 13 horsepower gain. But unlike Mercedes, Red Bull's unit is rumored to be modularly adjustable. This means if the FIA issues a technical directive to close the thermal loophole mid-season, Red Bull can recalibrate their hardware without a total redesign. By integrating Ford's Silicon Valley-inspired software expertise, they have created a power unit that can pivot its energy deployment strategies lap by lap. They are entering 2026 not just with a fast engine, but with a reactive technical platform that is designed to survive regulatory shifts. The Red Bull era might be changing its name, but its appetite for technical dominance remains as aggressive as ever. While the European manufacturers fight a war of metal expansion, Honda has secured its future through pure chemical supremacy. By partnering with Aramco, the Japanese manufacturer has developed a 100% sustainable fuel that is far superior to standard synthetic e-fuels. Leveraging Aramco's experience in Formula 2, they have created a blend that virtually eliminates the risk of engine knocking, even at extreme pressures. This liquid gold allows Honda to push its 4.8-bar turbo boost for longer periods without the fear of internal degradation or reliability failures. Honda was the first to fire up its 2026 engine in December, and the messages from the Japanese camp suggest they are right on the heels of Mercedes in terms of raw output. When you combine this chemical stability with Adrian Newey's aerodynamic mastery, where the chassis is shrink-wrapped around a compact Honda heart, the green cars of Aston Martin emerge as the ultimate dark horse. They aren't just looking for loopholes, they are looking for a combustion rhythm that raiders like Mercedes and Ferrari can only dream of. The Japanese-Saudi alliance might just be the most stable and lethal partnership on the 2026 grid. In Maranello, Enrico Gualtieri has abandoned the lightweight tradition of aluminum in favor of a copper and ceramic-infused steel alloy cylinder head. Codenamed Project 678, this is the boldest engineering pivot of the era. While steel is significantly heavier, its thermal and pressure threshold is vastly superior, allowing Ferrari to sustain maximum combustion levels that would melt a standard aluminum core. This structural defiance allows the team to utilize smaller radiators, effectively trading material weight for aerodynamic gains and bodywork efficiency. But the real game-changer is Shell's waste-derived biofuel. Unlike the synthetic paths taken by Petronas, Shell's biofuel possesses higher octane values, enabling Ferrari to push ignition advance and compression to the absolute limit without the risk of engine failure. While Ferrari may not be exploiting the 18.1 expansion trick, they are gaining equal performance through pure chemical volatility. Ferrari isn't just back in the race, they are rewriting the rules of what an internal combustion engine can survive. If their software management of the 350 kilowatt electrical boost is as refined as their metallurgy, the Tifosi might finally have a weapon capable of reclaiming the throne. Mercedes remains the undisputed king of raw horsepower, but their dominance is built on a technical knife edge. By exploiting the thermal expansion loophole through 3 distinct mechanical pathways connecting rod lengthening, controlled piston growth, and valve seat distortion, Brackley has unlocked an estimated 25 to 30 horsepower advantage. This triple expansion strategy allows the engine to dynamically increase its compression ratio toward 18.1 at peak operational heat, translating to nearly 0.4 of a second in lap time. However, this mechanical miracle is plagued by a chemical Achilles heel: Petronas's synthetic e-fuel. Reports suggest that Mercedes is struggling to maintain combustion efficacy with their synthetic blend, leading to inconsistencies that were first seen in 2022. Toto Wolff remains confident, but the reality is clear. Mercedes has the fastest hardware, but their fuel partner is struggling to keep the fire burning as efficiently as Shell or Aramco. Mercedes is leading the charge, but for the first time in years, the gap is within reach for Ferrari and Honda. If the FIA bans the thermal trick, the Silver Arrows might find themselves defenseless. In 2026, the mechanical V6 is only half of the story. The real championship will be decided in the digital realm of energy management. The 350 kilowatt electrical surge from the MG UK must be managed with surgical precision to prevent clipping, the sudden power drop-off that occurs when the battery is depleted mid-straight. This is where Ford's software expertise and Ferrari's energy management focus are providing a silent advantage. Furthermore, the introduction of active aerodynamics, X mode for straights and Z mode for corners, adds a layer of complexity that pilot simulators are struggling to master. The team that can write the most efficient code to harvest energy during braking and deploy it with zero delay will hold the ultimate key to the new era. In this digital arms race, a line of code is now just as valuable as a millimeter of aerodynamic wingtip. As the cars hit the track in Barcelona, we will see not just a race between drivers, but a race between algorithms. The era of the digital engineer has arrived, and the stakes have never been higher. As we look toward the first green light in Barcelona, the 2026 hierarchy is clear but fragile. Audi holds the baseline in 5th, focusing on reliability over speed. Red Bull Ford sits at 4th, a technical chameleon ready to adapt. Honda takes 3rd with its chemical mastery, while the throne is shared by the twin titans Mercedes and Ferrari. Mercedes possesses the raw, illegal-looking speed, but Ferrari holds the structural stamina that could outlast the Brackley unit over a full Grand Prix. The theoretical war is over, the era of execution has begun. One thing is certain: the first person to find the limit in 2026 will be the one who understands that in this era power is nothing without control. Who do you think will emerge as the definitive king of the 2026 engine reset? Let us know in the comments below. This is Formula Perspective, and the grid is about to be rewritten. Subscribe to stay ahead of the technical curve. We'll see you at the first light in Barcelona.